What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Beta Memoirs. And today has been interesting. We chopped around a lot. We did have some phenomenal moves in different stocks today. But being said, a lot of the big tech stocks just were flat today. We started selling off. Tesla had that new information over the weekend, essentially stating or Elon had said he was going to sell Tesla shares for tax purposes. So being said, with that whole poll and everything, Tesla gapped down coming into Monday. The rest of the market, again, like I said, some of them tried to run. Amazon had a nice little pop this morning, and then it sold off. Google kind of did the same thing. Facebook, Apple, all pulled back. Coin, MSTR, they popped. But being said, what we did see right at the bell today, which was quite interesting, was the Fed came out and said that with inflation and essentially saying that there's financial instability in the stock market without saying that directly. So being said, it'll be interesting to see what happens overnight with the Fed coming out and saying that. I don't know if they're reciting just towards the stock market or towards Bitcoin, crypto in general. But being said, it is getting quite crazy. Even if you look at the SPX, it has gone completely vertical for quite a while now. Even if you look at it on the daily, I talked about this on the weekly update. It's gone almost completely vertical. I do believe there should be some kind of pullback. Again, technical wise, I talked about this on the weekly update. Technical wise, nothing is played out technically. Everything has essentially been by the dip. Yes, supply and demand zones work, but ultimately it has been the long game for the past couple of months, and it really hasn't slowed down at all. Especially with all the inflation and everything being talked about being transitory. That you got this mass amount of money, so you got the Fed saying that it's to be cautious with what's going on, and I highly advise that you be cautious because of this parabolic move up. Being said, we take it day by day and see where we go. If need be, you swing just overnight. I haven't been going longer than a night or two. At most, because of the moves intraday have been big enough that I don't have to worry about swinging, especially not knowing what is going to happen in this market. But with that being said, we have to see. And we also had some good earnings, to say the least. After hours, we had PayPal, which they had news. I believe they have news about pairing with Amazon. I can't see that on the daily. And so I had this nice little spike up, which also affected Affirm. So you want to watch out for that. But this will be a good, I think, continuation for PayPal will be good, especially if they're partnering with Amazon. But nonetheless, had a nice little pop. Some of your other ones. Your Clove was another one today. Kind of sporadic. It'd be interesting to see where this goes tomorrow. Fundamental wise, I do like this stock a lot, but ultimately it has been pumped because of the short interest on it. So be mindful of that. That's one of my longer term swings. And then you had AMC, which is interesting. Again, same pop. Not too really worried about this. The one thing about these mem stocks is that they've already been pumped so much, and even if this craters tomorrow down to 40, I wouldn't be surprised if volume rushes in on this and starts pumping it back up for no particular reason. So that's something to be mindful of, and I don't like to always play these mem stocks unless there's volume momentum going on my side. Lemonade is another one that had earnings. It kind of got crushed there. It has earnings tomorrow morning, so you would definitely want to watch that. that tomorrow. We also got Planter tomorrow in the morning before open, so I want you to keep an eye on that. You got NAO, Coinbase, Upstart, Fubu, Plug, Win, and Unity tomorrow after close. But the big surprise here is Roblox. Monster move after hours with a whole metaverse stuff going on. Apparently, good news. It broke back above 100. So that is something. Essentially, any metaverse tomorrow, I think, is really going to pump, especially with the rest of the market kind of cratering, your Tesla and everything pulling back. I think the value of money is going to go into Roblox and every other metaverse. Although Facebook, even after hours, really hasn't pumped. It sold off today. Like I've been talking about, Facebook has a lot of room to make up, but we'll have to see. Right now, it's definitely not showing any signs of the metaverse stuff. Although metaverse for Facebook is still ways off, even though they have the Oculus Rift and everything. It's still known for the social media aspect of it. So. But for the rest of tomorrow, again, look for anything meta related. I think would be it. I know Roblox is my primary. Snap is actually starting to churn. Although if the market starts selling, I want to see if Snap continues to hold or sells back down into the zone. But I want to watch that. Coin is another one. Coin and MSTR. I didn't end up getting in these ultimately because Coin has earnings tomorrow and MSTR didn't even pull back enough for me, but it looks like Bitcoin is getting ready to run again overnight. So that'll be interesting to see. But I would definitely want to keep anything crypto related, even Riot. I don't really typically play Riot, but big bull flag on Riot as well. Something to keep on watch for tomorrow. I think crypto is going to be big. Anything crypto related, anything metaverse related will ultimately be for tomorrow. I know AMD had a monster day as well. They had tons of news coming out today on who they were supporting and new chips coming out. NVIDIA can be another one that takes advantage of that as well. You got MU coming up as well shortly too. I don't recall when MU is. I think it's around the corner as well. But there's a lot. I think that's where your primary objective is tomorrow. Airbnb pulling back. This could get another pump. It's had two kind of days of pump. I don't really know if Airbnb is going to stay up there, especially if the market starts pulling down. And that, again, that information that just came out at the bell with the Fed will be interesting because if I think the majority of the market will pull back because of that statement that did come out. Well, we have to see. BYND is one I like to keep on watch. It does have earnings, so I'm kind of waiting on some of these earnings to play out before I jump in. They look good right now, but ultimately is definitely an earnings thing to keep on watch. Apple, like I said, Apple's been pretty flat. If we do start running Apple, I think we'll get to a point where it would be a good one to get, just like with Facebook. Microsoft has been holding well. Again, they're all consolidating, so I don't really see the market selling. We don't have any bad news, and this is something I stated a couple months ago, is we don't have any particular bad news to sell. And what we didn't sell, we just kept grinding up, and I think that we're going to see that again. Is this continuation grind up till we get some kind of evidence to sell? To get something bad that's going to sell. You have to also remember the .com boom, right? It didn't have all this, 40% of the U.S. money wasn't printed in back then in that year. This year it has been. So being said, we are going to see extremely parabolic moves and seeing the whole economy as a whole starting to come back to some kind of normalcy, right? We have to understand, and then pretty soon the supply chain issues, if it is transitory, and we're starting to kind of see signs of the transitory because of the fact that there's a rotation. Summer is over, so now we're starting to see that a lot of resorts and stuff like that, restaurants. All right, the demand for those is kind of coming down, so it's the inflation's kind of going away there. We have to understand that. And then it's going into other aspects. Now we're going into the holiday season. We're going to say influx into Amazon, your Etsy's, and e-commerce again, um, and really see how it plays out. But again, I think our biggest plays for tomorrow will be based around the metaverse and based around crypto, because right now in crypto, it is huge. If you are dealing with anything in crypto, you guys are well aware that the whole metaverse is a massive push, especially ever since Facebook came out and talked about metaverse. Even though we all knew, if you are in crypto, you know that it's going that way anyway, even before this announcement. Now, this is just essentially added fuel to the fire, even though it's still years down the road, and it'll eventually wear out and wear down. But right now, that's what we're seeing. That's the push that we're seeing. Now we're going to see it in the general in the market as opposed to just crypto side. But we'll start seeing this push tomorrow within the crypto side. So I think that's where our strength will be. Again, overnight session can change everything, but that's where my focus is as of now. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, Beta Memoirs, there I give a morning essentially announcement on what's going on, and understand that at that point, I'll give you insight for the overnight session, so you can see what I'm looking at and where I'm aiming and where my focus is for the day. So if you've made it this far, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.